Good morning, church. Good morning, Waushara Community Church. It's good to see you here. As I've said before, I can still imagine you being here, so I'm glad we can do this. As you know, we had talked last week about a soft reopening, and so it's going to be pretty soft today. That is to say, some things have changed. And of course, we knew they would. Of course, things will continually be changing. And so it changed even between last week, our last announcement, and now. And so now the new guidelines for us are meeting groups of no more than 50 people. So, okay, that's our guidelines now. So what we intend to do is ask many of you to continue to worship at home in a creative way. That I'd like you to expand something here if you would. Could we do like home churches with me being like your pastor right now? And so would you invite like 2 families or so to come to your house? I know we can safely meet with groups of 10, and even larger groups, under 15 right now for the churches and stuff. So if we could gather together in your own homes, that would be a way cool thing where we just share, worship together with a different family. Here at the Waushara Community Church building on this campus, things will be pretty normal in the main worship center. We'll have 2 services, 8:30 and 10 o'clock. We're still asking the folks at 8:30 would just try and we're requesting you wear masks for that first service for a few weeks, see how that works. That'll be the same. But we're also adding a group of 50 or so in the lower level, what we call the rock room, the high school room, which is right beneath the main campus, main level here. And that's for groups, like family groups of 4 or 5 or 6. We have chairs kind of grouped together on the lower level. So if your family is like a family of 4 or 5 or 6, we like to ask you to try and go down there first. And the way we like to do this, to kind of keep things separate, we'd like you to invite you to drive down on the north side of the building here, down to the east side and drop your folks off, then drive your car back up here, park over in the north or in the west parking lot, and then just walk back down. And then for those who are coming in the main worship center, you'll park on the south side and come to the main doors. Pretty much same for you. And so to see if this even works, we don't even know if it'll work, folks. We'd kind of like to try and ask you to register as best you can. Like, let us know what service you're planning on coming to. The only difference between the 2 services are Aaron and I are going to flip. So he'll be up here in the main service while I'm downstairs preaching in the lower level, and then we'll flip. And then Aaron will go downstairs and lead the folks down there in a response to what I've just preached about. And I'll come back up here and preach for the rest of the service. So folks, this is another change. There'll be more changes. That's what we do. I have a couple requests. 1, would you set the model? Would you be the model? Would you set the stage of using words of love? In this culture, we're hearing more and more inflammatory words and antagonistic words. And those bad guys, they, and those bad guys, they. Christians are known for their love. I about beg you to be a voice of love and compassion and something that's constant, not up and down. And God called us to be peacemakers, not enemy makers. So no matter who you're mad at, I don't know. That's my request. Could we not exchange bitter for sweet? Could we not call anger good? Could we call anger, necessary sometimes? But this thing where we're really mad at each other and we hate our enemies, Jesus said, love our enemies. That's my request. May you be known in the community, may you be known on Facebook, may you be known in media as people who are like Jesus in that they just love so well. That's my request. So if you have questions, feel free to call the office about what's going on. We're having 2 services, at least for the foreseeable future. One will be 8:30 and one 10 o'clock. at 2 locations, main worship center, lower level rock room. So lower level rock room is intended for families of 4, 5, 6, or we can make bigger groups happen down there, and they're all socially distanced between 6 feet. The groups are 6 feet apart from each other. Main worship center, come as you are. We'll move chairs around. You can walk in and move chairs together for your family, and we'll fix them up or sit by yourself. We'll try and be socially distant here as well. So we covet your prayers and thank you for your grace and your flexibility. You know what? We'll be okay. We'll do some things better than we've ever done before. So may it start with you and me. Oh God, keep us on our knees, keep us humble, and may we walk in your spirit. Thanks. Thanks.